getting you in shape and form for the age of Aquarius yet again. Welcome to the Esoteric Huddle. We're gonna talk about some shit today, um, and really settle down into uh, the context because a lot of these things that may hear me say like government, what I'm saying, dark government, what I'm saying, shadows, go, what I'm saying, or anything that could put you in a deep state and things, what I'm saying, and when your deep states are what we learn off of the astrological transit. So you only got about a couple of them and things of that nature based upon how the world is built. And those usually kind of represent the four horsemen and things, which we're gonna get into as well. But this specific information right here is for like people like me, what I'm saying, or people that want to learn more about things like within the mind and how to govern the mind and you know your individuality. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of attacks on YouTube right now, especially with people that are into certain things like this. You know what I'm saying? So, not only just for us, but for, community and for, just a sense of getting things together, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to our mentalities and how we're directing those on these apps, you know what I'm saying, and what we're giving our time to. And if you're a person in the community like me, you know what I'm saying, where you may not have done uh, traditional system ways and things of that nature, you know, that's when you may have like realized it was wrong because for the most part, so let me just state this: this video is for educational purposes. It isn't intended to instill any type of fear to the average individual that may be unaware of this knowledge or things of that nature. But for the most part, it is knowledge and things of that nature. And another person that I recommend is my homie Dolo Uriel, that y'all can go to his channel and pretty much, what I'm saying, see his perspective of things. So this is just my piece of the perspective and, my testimony as to, what helps, the mind and shit like that. Because, we are within a system. Every day you gotta wake up, what I'm saying, and you gotta get motivated to go out and do things to provide for your family. That's not that's by design. So what I'm saying, and there's nothing wrong with that. And that's what I need to know is not what you're doing, is how you're doing it, And once you realize that, what I'm saying, you start to be aware of certain thoughts and feelings of why you may be experiencing certain things, what I'm saying, or why you may be going, within these uh you're going throughout your day to day trying to be meticulous, but you like only picking apart that, what I'm saying, you only having a specific amount of time limited to, your individuality. And so the individuality would be things, doing things like who you are, what I'm saying, your gifts, your talents, the things that you love, the things that you appreciate, what I'm saying, the things that you care for. You get what I'm saying? So when you can realize that, what I'm saying, that's mostly about, it's not about those things in this world and things of that nature because a lot of things have to be sacrificed. You know what I'm saying? Then that's when you can become more aware of why do these certain things have to be sacrificed. And when you aware of why do these certain things have to be sacrificed, now you're not in a sense of a childlike mind. You know what I'm saying? You're taking responsibility, and what I'm saying, it not only that ain't wearing on your um, mental state, but we have to understand that the how the emotional state affects the body too. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not within the right emotional state within your body and things of that nature, you know what I'm saying, if you're going up and you're taking on these tasks, but you're confused about your purpose, then your body will start to match the mind. So therefore, when you are within situations where you may feel limited and things of that nature, you know what I'm saying, you may find that there may be traps, you know what I'm saying, within your mental. You know what I'm saying? So when you have a lot of mental frustration, that's going to eventually show physically. So the thing is to be educated, not and learn something, so that um, when you are taking steps that are necessary, you know, within your life as a being, a spirit in a body, you know what I'm saying? You're not you're not attaching to the physical aspect of it and things, aka you may not be fortunate enough to have that um that position. You know what I'm saying? You may not be fortunate enough to experience um a certain situation where your family was less fortunate in the area, aka mentally they didn't have an idea to make up a business, or they didn't have an idea to make up a they didn't have an idea to make up a business. They didn't have an idea to make up a idea that can help, you know, the system, you know, the humanity, not only just what, you know, you think for selfish gain, but something that can help, you know, not just, you know, your community, but it can help, it can change others and be impactful in different ways. So that's the experience that, you know what I'm saying, you might not have been fortunate enough with, you know what I'm saying, based upon your geographical location. Your family probably don't own Pixar. Your family don't probably own Scotch tape. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, you know what I'm saying, you're kind of at the lowest of the totem pole. And to want to reach for that, you know what I'm saying, for that and desire that, you know what I'm saying, it does like reverse psychology on the mind, you know what I'm saying, where you're desiring and things of that nature, but it's a small chance of you not being fulfilled and things. And this is where we get people in fear mode and people in, you know, very people in fear tactics, fear mode, and doing shit by force now, because you know what I'm saying, we are only predicated on a specific amount and sets of desires. You know what I'm saying, that you know the average person in the community, based upon the individual, you know what I'm saying, it won't work. You know, so that therefore we have to start implementing, you know, different ways to see, you know, our inner world and things of that nature, because that is eventually what manifests physically. If a person is in within deep desire and things of that nature, and they don't get what they desire, you know what I'm saying, that's only going to lead in the blood and in the flow, and you know what I'm saying, the organs to react in that way and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? So it's good to implement a different system within, you know, these ruined neighborhoods, based upon us only having specific things like church and liquor stores. You know what I'm saying? So it you know, we can't do the same things over and over again, because with us doing the same things over and over again, you know what I'm saying, we'll never be within the you know what I'm saying, within the right vibration to become aware of what we actually need or can be useful to put the mind in a better state and the mental in the better state, and then let that go. And now when I'm talking about this, I'm not talking about fake woke. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about, you know, oh, just uh, you know, just think positive thoughts. No, we're dealing with mind. We're dealing with blood flow. Now, let's differentiate here. You know what I'm saying? You can have a thought and a feeling um, that has, you know, potential of you you feeling good and things right now, but right now you feeling good may not be the actual chakra or the energy you may need to jump in to actually experience what you need to experience to go through that experience. So you, as a spirit and things of that nature, you know what I'm saying? It's not about being fake woke. It's about actually having knowledge of self and things of that nature and knowledge of mental states. And therefore, you can know these deep states that you be in as a spirit, and you know what I'm saying, which ones you are in and you may be overusing that you need to let go and utilize at different times in different spaces and states in your life and things of that nature, because that's when it gets to, you know, spiritual practices and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? When we're following the as above, so below transits and what, you know what I'm saying, we're using, you know, to direct ourselves and give ourselves a sense of discipline. And all of these astrology signs, they play out like different disciplines and things of that nature. And they're correlated to the spaces and what's going on within the sky. And so there's only really four main directions and things that, well, four main directions that, you know, based upon NASA and how they do it, they try to get us to pay attention to and things of that nature. But it's really just them tracking the presence of the sun, and then giving that, you know, names and titles based upon the virtues and the principles that we play out during those specific times and shit like that. So for instance, you know what I'm saying, springtime, there's going to be birth, you know what I'm saying, not only outside but, you know what I'm saying, internally we all gonna want to get up, we all gonna want to, you know what I'm saying, we're all gonna have to deal with that Archangel Aldebaran energy, or Aldebaran, which is, you know what I'm saying, this side of the shit, you know what I'm saying, where the sun start to birth, and we start and we experience that um on a macro scale from 6 a.m. to 12 p.m. Then once 12 p.m. the sun takes its highest position. Now on a no, well, that was the micro scale. Now the macro scale would be spring to summer and shit like that. So, you know, we may experience, you know, these certain influences and things of that nature, you know what I'm saying, to you know, and once you know these certain directions and things of that nature and what you're experiencing, you know what I'm saying, you can better regulate the mental state and shit like that, you know. So that's why astrology is important. That's why astrology should be in schools. Um, and we gonna get into it more now. So let me get this. So, you know, because for the most part, yeah, because I'm from, you know, I live in an area where it, you know, people not doing anything, they're not productive and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and we know that by what's manifesting. There's nothing of our own. There's no individuality, there's no thoughts and things of that nature. So we gotta understand where these things are coming from. And a lot of these things, based upon the world we live in, are built in things by these dark governments and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying, if based upon you, if you not having no sense of individuality and you not knowing yourself, this is when, you know, they put you with it. They got a whole bunch of things that you can do that'll lead to other outcomes in your life, like jail, you know what I'm saying, or like hell, you know what I'm saying, doing something within a routine and pattern. So no one has a sense of individuality anymore. You know what I'm saying? Because we should have certain solutions, certain thoughts. We should be out of certain algorithms to where we're in certain spaces that we're manifesting solutions, you know what I'm saying, that are better than these outcomes and things. And so one of these, the ways that we're presenting, you know what I'm saying, people like me and the other people within the subconscious community and things of that nature that are into astrology, you know what I'm saying, is a better way to deal with the mental state and shit like that. Because it, you know, once you deal with the mental state, you see me for the most part, you know what I'm saying, as within my transformation, I've been on here, you know what I'm saying, you know, only, you know, presenting information every day on Instagram, you know what I'm saying? No money involved, no money charged, you know what I'm saying? On YouTube and here, giving out knowledge and things of that nature to help y'all, to gradually help y'all in, to make y'all become aware that, hey, this is what we're dealing with on the daily. So now when you see my Instagram posts and shit like that, and you see something that I'm saying that's happening within your life, you know what I'm saying? I'm only speaking about, you know what I'm saying, what we all are experiencing. And so if I can experience it and you can experience it and we all can become aware that we're experiencing the same thing, now we're creating awareness that we're experiencing something. Okay, let's give it titles. Let's give it names and shit like that. So that's where astrology comes in, and therefore you won't have to participate into the energies. For instance, when you know it's a full moon, you know what I'm saying, a lot of the times you may hear me say, you know what I'm saying, don't participate as much, or, you know what I'm saying, be fully fulfilled. We need to be fully fulfilled. So that's the as above, so below, and things of that nature. Now, that's why there's, you know, things that happen on the full moon that be emotionally chaotic or emotionally, you know what I'm saying? Because at that point, we're not supposed to be putting no more energy in. So this can save a lot of lives. This can save a lot of people. This can save a lot of, you know what I'm saying, just mistaken things, knowing about your astrology and how to deal with it on the day to day. Now, if you don't have, this system and things of that nature, you're likely to meet, and like I said, this is for educational purposes. I'm not saying this in a space of where I want you to fear. You know what I'm saying? But when you know better, you do better and shit like that. So if you don't know it's gonna rain and shit like that, you go outside with an umbrella, then that's why without an umbrella, then that's why your ass gonna get rained on. You know what I'm saying? So just put it into that context, everything that I say. So getting back on track and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Now, when we deal with the shadow government and things of that nature, this is why for a very small example of what the shadow government is they let me just start off by saying this. Since I can't come to the people that look like me, you know what I'm saying, um, as I want to at times. Now, why am I saying that? I can't come to the people that look like me as I want to at times, right? So that means in an average conversation, maybe outside of YouTube and things of that nature, I'm gonna be me in any regardless. But let's just say the average individual you on here, you know what I'm saying, and then you can't speak within, you know what I'm saying, you can't speak about spirituality or astrology or things of that nature because, you know what I'm saying, this outcome might happen or this, you know what I'm saying, or this thought you may receive this thought or feeling or person about you, and you know what I'm saying, no spirit likes for their space to be judged or feel like whatever they into is stupid, right? So therefore, you know what I'm saying, with you what you may be experiencing it as a spirit, you know what I'm saying, that lets you know in things of that nature that your mind is being governed and things of that nature because you can't you can't you're spiritually weak as a spirit to conduct how you may think amongst others and shit like that and make it make sense in things. So therefore, you're with under a government, and that spirit that may be governing you at the moment, that spirit may just be under a government of principles and virtues that they don't even, you know what I'm saying, they might not even use, they might not even believe in all the way and things, but because they have not seen a better way and things of that nature, this what makes you govern, or this what make that spirit govern you and shit like that. So, um, so since I can't come to the people that look like me at all times, you know what I'm saying, I am thankful for things like, the internet and blogs and stuff like that because, for the most part, it's bridging certain gaps where, you know what I'm saying, um, now, as far as if you're into me, you would just have to know me or whatever, or be within my neighborhood or something like that, or be, you know what I'm saying, or just be be into what I'm into and shit like that, and then we are cross paths. But you know what I'm saying, I'm not. If you just know me and shit like that, you know what I'm saying. You're gonna get my game because that's what I do. I do this to do it and bridge individuality with others and try to use it for a purpose that's beneficial to not just myself but others as well. And then at the same time, still participating and working on myself because I'm within these what I'm saying, within this cycle as well. So so yeah, so I'm thankful for the internet because it has allowed new ways of interacting for me to come as we all are, and we are spirits and bodies. So this internet allowed me to come in a way of where if it wasn't for the internet, what I'm saying, for the most part, I wouldn't even be probably able to start to impact as much as I am. But because we're spirits and bodies, what I'm saying, this is our ability to do. We're our ability to use things like music, things like signs, things like symbols, things like, theater and things. We can kind of create broader concepts, what I'm saying, that the body may not be able to use based upon the density level of us being, so bogged down with reality and shit like that. So therefore I'm able to use like a device or some type of concept, Zeus, Sito world, Sito the spirit coach, I'm saying, to as an allegory to show you my spiritual strength, and not what you may just think that it all takes physically for me to be, I'm saying, a spirit that's beyond this body. What I'm saying? But now that you're within the frequency of me being a spirit with beyond this body and shit like that, what I'm saying? Now you can understand that this is something that we all have abilities to. What I'm saying? Writing is a form of being us using, something to show your spiritual creativity. So you are not the body and shit like that. What I'm saying? So that's what you need to know as a spirit in the body. And this is why it don't matter where you at within the realm of reality or location, we can all feel similar senses of, what I'm saying, interpretation and perception based on what an experience it is, a spirit is expressing. And if that spirit is expressing something that's like good information, good knowledge, and things of that nature, that's something that resonate. It don't matter where that spirit at in the world, we gonna agree. We gonna be like, wow, this is some things. So that lets you know, like, what I'm saying, some things go beyond the body and things of that nature. Now, when you think you are the body and stuff like that, you may not develop, or your spirit may not be in a space where you're open and aware to develop certain ideas that may take you out of lower ones and things of that nature. What I'm saying? The ones that hold you down, or the ones that may limit your perception on what you can do and achieve as a spirit. But what I'm saying, it's possible because I'm Kelsito. Time out. I'm Kelsito, the spirit coach, getting you in shape and form for the age of Aquarius. So I'm taking your mind into a different space, and I'm letting you know that, what I'm saying, hey, this is what it is. These are the shapes and forms and things of that nature that you're using as a spirit. What I'm saying? Your astrology, your makeup, what I'm saying? And you need to use it to get your ass up with the current. What I'm saying? So I'm getting you in shape and form for the age of Aquarius. And you're now drinking the wine of Zeus and things of that nature. So, what I'm saying? Zeus is the as above, so below, the experiences, the wisdom, the experiences. And I'm Aquarius. I'm Aquarius sun and moon. So I'm Ganymede, playing out those virtues and principles of him pouring the wine in the glass and shit like that. What I'm saying? And blood, wine is just a representative of blood. So it's a representative imagination. So therefore, you can see my imagination through, what I'm saying, my actions and my reactions to things of that nature. So, what I'm saying, this spiritual shit is not, it's not cap. What I'm saying? This is something that we already do. So therefore, like I said, I am, I'm glad that I can come to, what I'm saying, my people. Hold on. Let me reread that. Since I can't come to the people that look like me as I want to, at times I'm thankful for the internet that has allowed new ways of interacting for me to come as we all are, spirits and bodies and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So this is what we all is. You know what I'm saying? We all this. You know what I'm saying? We all this and shit like that. Now you may see me in my work, my actual life and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I might be playing out these characteristics in different ways and shit like that. But it just be based upon the environments and shit. So this is real opportunities, and when you're within a space of unlimitedness, you can represent all possibilities more and things of that nature. Whereas we within regular context, like through your regular days and things, you may not be able to do this and things and get this out as fluid and shit. So that lets you know what I'm saying, we are dealing with a certain sense of government That's why, you know what I'm saying, you can't just go into your work and do anything you want to do. You know what I'm saying? So you need to understand that we're dealing with a government mentally, which is, that's what they say the Galactic Federation of Light is. You know what I'm saying? And then the physical government and things of that nature, you know what I'm saying, where you see the actual operative thing, point of that and shit like that. And everything mentally manifests physical. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, within just you being an individual, being a male, being whoever you are within these you know what I'm saying, these states and things of that nature, and these 50 states, that's their states of being, you know what I'm saying, with you, you know what I'm saying, you already develop a lot of thoughts that may be opposing to average society, okay, and things of that nature. And they don't have to come lock you up. They put you in a position where a lot of the things that you may be against, or things of that nature, you're going to start developing like opposing energy to that. And then once you start developing opposing energy to that, you'll start to manifest yourself in some type of jail, you know what I'm saying, or some type of courtroom, or some type of, you know what I'm saying. So this should get deep. Like, this is not, this is why I say I'm coming for the people. I'm not like, this is for people, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is for y'all. Like, this not for cap. So like, you know what I'm saying? You can manifest yourself in negative situations and things of that nature by feeling like you're opposite to something. You know what I'm saying? So you don't necessarily want to be in that position within your life and things of that nature, because this is how, you know what I'm saying, you may think you're doing the very right thing, you know what I'm saying, going to go get these, you know what I'm saying, these money and shit like that, and being fighting a good fight and things, and doing this X, being for your family and shit like that, and being ruthless, and to the point where maybe you have to kill somebody and things of that nature. But you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, you know, so you may think that's doing the right thing and shit like that, but you know, he's saying you end up in a jail or things or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like Young Thug. You know what I'm saying? So that's unfortunate. But shout out to Young Thug, because I don't, you know what I'm saying? You know, and you know, so we just gotta understand. Now let's get into the fucking topic and shit like that. So who is the shadow government? So the dark government is nothing less than a group of deities governing mental and physical morality of individuals by playing the stars. So they're nothing less than a group of deities governing mental and physical. No, deities means entities. They're nothing but a group of entities and deities. So entities, spirits, and bodies. Okay. So governing mental and physical morality of individuals by playing the stars, okay? AKA the Galactic Federation of Light. They try to govern the energies of the archangels and play God by creating concepts of what we know today as birth, life, death, and taking out the knowledge of the fall, okay? So that's all that we know as down here and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? There has not been a massing of people coming together discussing, you know, in concepts of, you know, birth, life, and death. And if they have done it, it's only been in ways of, you know what I'm saying, religion and things of that nature, where you get born, you know what I'm saying, you give your life to away to somebody else, or some other name, or some other principle that you have to live under, you know what I'm saying, and then you die, and then you're promised that promised land. But for the most part, that, you know what I'm saying, so therefore, you know, they take out the knowledge of the fall and things of that nature. And you know what I'm saying, the fall is to challenge concepts. The fall is the left energy, or the opposing energy, or Archangel Uriel energy, where you're coming with an opposing thought, and you're using logic, you know what I'm saying, against another logic and things of that nature for a better outcome or something like that. So, you know what I'm saying, that may be the predicament, you know what I'm saying, that you may face, and that we all face in within the everyday dealings of with the shadow government. And y'all may hear me say things like this and things of that nature. And so if you hear me say the shadow government, This is what I'm saying. I'm talking about the groups of individuals that like to play the stars and things of that nature to make us, to influence our minds and our bodies to think a certain way. Now, I'm not necessarily saying this power itself and the ability to do that is wrong or right. What I am saying that, you know what I'm saying, that it's being done and shit like that. So therefore, you know it's being done. Now, that whether you play out in the favorable aspect of that in your life or not, you know what I'm saying, is on you. So that's what it is. So you know better and do better. Other than that, you have to come up with your own idea to how to run a certain, you know what I'm saying, a certain group of people and things. And that's where you get stereotypes, and that's where you get, you know what I'm saying, you being in your life somebody that just that's average or mediocre, because you're not understanding that 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 spell, you know what I'm saying, is playing out within your life. You know what I'm saying? So that's where you get up, you know what I'm saying? And then we just have, you know, the same world with the same people eating, and the rich get richer and the poor get poorer shit and things. And you perish from a lack of knowledge. And they don't hide this shit from y'all at all. You know what I'm saying? This should be all in their movies. This should be all in their Bibles. You know what I'm saying? Watch the clip of Zeus and shit that I just posted, the blood of Zeus and things of that nature. So you know what I'm saying? They're talking about the Fate sisters, and this is what they like to put a lot of people in the spell or the god that they like people to worship, and that's fate and shit like that. So fate is like, you know what I'm saying, the outcome of your destiny and things of that nature based upon, you know what I'm saying, you and shit like that. And like I said, they always take you out and things. So let's get into the angels that the Fate sisters try to play. And the angels that the Fate sisters try to play is the up, the down, and the right principles, or the north, the south, and the east principles. Okay, so you always see like three people, three horsemen, three witches, three some like there's always three and things of that nature. But and they always taking out the fourth one and shit like that. And that's, you know, the ability to fall and the ability to understand that you fell many times before and things of that nature, and now you can understand how to pick yourself up and shit like that. So you know what I'm saying. So let's get into um, the right angel that they like y'all to be in. So the right angel that they like y'all to be in just represents this side of the zodiac. So it represents birth. It represents passion, right, fight. So be righteous and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? And then so, but the thing is, they make y'all use that righteous energy towards the wrong things at times. So you know what I'm saying? You may feel like it may be the right thing to do not to get on these platforms and speak something like this, like I'm saying, and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Because you may feel like you're being opposing and things of that nature. So that's how they take control of y'all energy. They do use one person to influence a mass of people to not think like that and shit like that. And so that's how, you know what I'm saying, so you may fight for the right things, and you may think that's doing the right thing, and really that may be the wrong thing. You know what I'm saying? So it may not be for your spiritual path. So that's one of the angels that they like y'all to to worship over here. And I'm saying the right. So anytime you be too righteous and shit like that, you know what I'm saying, this is when you ain't got no individuality. You know what I'm saying? Because you're doing things for others, you're doing things for the right reasons and shit like that. And sometimes everything is about equilibrium. It ain't about being on one side or no polar shift. So if you using the right, you instantly got to use the left and things of that nature. So, but you got to know when you're going too much to the right. You know what I'm saying? When you're sacrificing self for others, you're sacrificing shit for others and shit like that. But you ain't getting nothing. You know what I'm saying? So then you got to be hold on. You know what I'm saying? You got to say hold on and things of that nature, and that will put a person in, or set a person on a path to start, you know, creating their own individual idea of how to come up with a new way to make something different work. You know what I'm saying? Or come up with a new way to get people in, you know, better positive spaces where they can start developing ideas that, you know what I'm saying, that may flourish within their life in different ways. You know what I'm saying? And then change the whole world. But if we're trying to do everything to right, we're never being individualistic. We're never, you know, doing getting out our opposing thoughts. Now you can't be too left either. You know what I'm saying? You can't be too separate. and things of that nature. But we're gonna get into that. All right, but that's the first angel, the angel in the zodiac pie. So that's right, that's fight, so that's Aries and things of that nature. So you know what I'm saying? Anytime you try to fight for the right thing and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? You're trying to bring something together. That's an emotional state. Now that's one of the deep states. You know what I'm saying? You try to fight for the right principles. So you're trying to see things come together and culminate and things. So anytime you're in the energy of right, just sit in your mind right now and think about and meditate on the energy of being right. You're gonna start to feel connection. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna start to feel like things are going within, you know what I'm saying? Things are coming together type shit. You know what I'm saying? So, but they use that energy for y'all and they put it in their movies on what that energy is supposed to be used for. So that's how they remix y'all mind. So you may think now, but you still have, but this is them training y'all because y'all don't know how to use this for y'allself. So with them training y'all because they don't know, y'all don't know how to use this for yourself and shit like that. This is basically saying that you're not as responsible as a spirit to start thinking for yourself. So that's all it is, and things. So you're not finna hop on here and you're not finna do what Kale's doing. You know what I'm saying? Because you want to be right. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to be an individual. You don't want to speak out on things like this. You don't want to be seen amongst. You know what I'm saying? So that is nothing. That's just the energy you're in. Now, if you ain't manifesting shit that look like, you know what I'm saying, your individuality within your life, you know what I'm saying, your ideas, the solo. That's why, because you on that side of the spectrum and shit like that. So you're not gonna manifest the things and the people and places that represent who you are as an individual. You're not understanding what you in. Okay? And the witchcraft that's done. So this shit deep, like this shit real. Like y'all gotta understand. So, but yeah. So all right, so yeah, that's the first angel they let y'all get. Angle they get y'all in. Now the second angle is Archangel Regulus and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Now that's when you think you too high for yourself. So that's like Leo, you know what I'm saying? That's when you thinking too high of yourself and things of that nature. Like you thinking like you can't be too touched. But the only and then like let me show y'all. So the only way you can think you doing right, righteous, right within a world is to what? Go to school, right? Get a job. That's how they set the world up. So when the moment you're not doing them things of that nature, that's when you realize you're in a system that was set up for you not to think, for you to think that you're not doing the right thing and shit like that. So you're automatically going to manifest opposing energy. That's what I just said. So the second tier of that is up. Now you're not gonna feel up and things of that nature, you know what I'm saying, or happy, you know what I'm saying, if you're not doing, you know, what they're planning or intending or subconsciously putting in their movies and things in their programs and you know what I'm saying, using people, places, and things as orchestrated events to make you feel like you can be happy about things, aka up. Leo, happy, represents entertainment, fun, enjoyment. Or Cancer, you know what I'm saying, connection, family, comfortability, and things of that nature. Where you in exalted Jupiter's, where you experience, you know what I'm saying, the most comfortability. You know what I'm saying, and in Virgo and shit like that. You know what I'm saying, where things are working out, where things are working out in your life. Hold on, let me put this charger on this shit, cause like that, cause I don't want this to run out. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? All right, cool. Shout out to Drakeo. Shout out to Drakeo Rising. That's a clubhouse member. You know what I'm saying? So, um, yeah, so getting back on track, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, you're not gonna when you know, so to feel up in their life, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna have to have their things and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. So this is how they take y'all mind and make it about something external and things of that nature, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, these are things that we have within ourselves and that we can go through and decipher if we want to feel these energies or not and things of that nature. But they look at y'all as dangerous and shit like that based upon y'all having these ideas and shit like that. Um, but you got to show them that you're not and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And how you do that is just be you and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Be a responsible spirit. So, so yeah, so that's the second angel they get y'all worship and shit like that. Um, um, Archangel Regulus, and then the third angel is the Death Angel. You know what I'm saying? So let me show y'all that. So that's, you know what I'm saying, Capricorn, Aquarius, and shit like that. So that's when we go down. So all of these are positions and times of the day and how we develop these things. You know what I'm saying? In the morning, birth time. You know what I'm saying, we get ready to go. This time, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, we're our highest, most volatile energies and shit like that. This time is when we start to settle down, and this, you know, that's the 12 a.m. to like 6 a.m. portion at the below and shit, like when we're, you know, it's dark and shit like that. So we manifest these energies and things of that nature by these principles. So they like to dictate your morality and things of that nature with these three specifically. You know what I'm saying? With those three specifically. So you always gonna ask yourself, are you doing something right? Are you happy? You know what I'm saying? Or are you sad? And shit like that. So you never really, so they take out the left principle, which is you. So if y'all watch that clip I just posted with the blood of Zeus, you know what I'm saying? This is when they talking about you. And you is the basically the guy and things of that nature that was there. You know what I'm saying? And you have to be the one to decide, you know what I'm saying, or understand the fall or the failing and things of that nature when it's time to let go because um of these natures and shit like that. And then just get back, you know what I'm saying, to your individual self and things because you know what I'm saying, you the only thing you got. What about you at the end of the day? You know what I'm saying? What about how you feel and shit like that? What about how you think and shit like, but they don't make y'all consider that. They make y'all consider about, is it right? You know what I'm saying? You know, is it something that's going to be uplifting? You know what I'm saying? Or where we can see the manifestation of the desires and things of that nature? Or is it going to make us depressed and heavy? You know what I'm saying? So, but how about what you feel about it? You know what I'm saying? Now that takes you out of that a little bit. You know, so that's what we decipher in here when we're talking about who is the dark government and the deep states and things of that nature. This video one about Trump. Man, fuck Trump. Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? But you know, that's what we dealing with. So like I said, you know, because the thing is, I don't see Trump and them teaching me nothing about this. All I see right now is them teaching me to be distracted and things of that nature when I'm in a community and things of that nature where it's shit going around me and people getting, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy shit going on around me and it's crazy shit going on within the world and things of that nature. So you know, spirit telling me I can't really focus on that. You know what I'm saying? And shit like that. Politics ain't really saved us. And so, especially if I gotta come up here and teach some knowledge and I'm in the hood and motherfucking, you know what I'm saying, Chicago and shit like that, and none of these professors, none of these, you know what I'm saying, none of these professors, none of these mayors and came up and kick game to make me feel like, you know what I'm saying, I can do something with my life and shit like that. It only been through rap. You know what I'm saying? I had to think I can be a rapper at, you know what I'm saying, within their system and shit like that. And we, like I said, you see when you know what I'm saying, you do that fight and you go to that right, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, that's how you end up being, you know, Kanye West. You end up sacrificing and things of that nature for your mom and stuff like that. And then, you know what I'm saying, you will lose the person that you love trying to get these things because when you go within the systems and shit like that, it don't even benefit you. It don't even work for you. So it's just crazy out here, y'all. It's just crazy. So it's, you know, um, but you know, this is why we're all coming together, bridging our minds together and getting ourselves on spiritual track and shit like that, so we can know how to go, how to do the right things within our life. And that's the real right things. You know what I'm saying? Not getting too lost on the polar shift, you know what I'm saying, of what y'all think is right. Because what y'all think is right ain't right all the time and stuff. So, like, when I'm on here and things, I'm trying to get men out of, low states and things of that nature. I got four brothers, you know what I'm saying? I got one sister and things. So, you know what I'm saying? I've always had to, I've always wanted to, help family and shit like that. And that's another thing too. You can't help everybody either. You know what I'm saying? It ain't meant for everybody to know and things. But this is for, like I said, for the people who do know. I'm not pouring a lot of money into this and shit like that. This is for anybody that's gonna be within the state of being, that got some faith, that's gonna resonate and find a motherfucker like me that's on here talking. So that's what this type of shit for. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm aware that we can't come to people, but come to people in all ways. But God made it possible right now. You know what I'm saying? For it to happen this way. So we enjoy it while it lasts, and then all everything expires and things of that nature. So you know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to let this go at a point. But this is what we got to deal with and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm grateful for that. But this is just to save a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? From jail, from hell, from being from being flunked out mentally. You flunked out mentally in some shit, you might end up in jail because you're not handling your responsibilities. You know what I'm saying? You're not doing the actual things that you need to do to make sure that your family is good and shit like that. They got all types of programs set up like that. You know what I'm saying? For y'all. Like, this shit real. Like, I'm not, like, like, this is that. So, like, you know, but I can't make it about no fear. I'm saying I can't put y'all in fear because that would be me taking an approach like, this is something y'all know, this is something that we are, this is something that y'all need to know, and I'm forcing it down y'all throat. No, this is something that you know already, and that's the only way it can come to you. And if you waited to that state, did shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so you know what I'm saying? They do, that's why they do it. So anytime, the only way you can feel righteous is within their ability to be right, if they that nature. But you can create the thought and feeling of being right now. The only way you can feel, and you need to do that because that's where it happens mentally first. You know what I'm saying? The only way you can feel up in life is, you know what I'm saying, doing the things that get praised and stuff like that. And that may be not, you know what I'm saying, average thing for the average individual and shit like that. You know how many flunked out mental states they don't create because they know they not ever pretty or you know what I'm saying, or whatever. Now this is not a excuse to say don't be creative and don't get out here and create. You know what I'm saying, what you need to do as a spirit. But you have to have some type of creative gift and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But you know how many average individuals ain't gonna feel like they're gonna be praised within the government structure? You know what I'm saying? So that don't mean y'all can't get on y'all own devices and start creating y'all own things, but just that thought alone, that I may not be a millionaire, I may not be pretty enough, they're gonna create situations that bog their mind down. So that's what we need people not to do. And then once you go down and things of that nature, you only can meet a demise and shit like that. You only get too down and too depressed and too doubtful and things and shit like that. And then they don't give a fuck about that either. They got something called the crazy home. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a fuck. So you know what I'm saying? So these are manifestations of, you know what I'm saying, people playing these energies out for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. So, you know, like I said, you know what I'm saying, we gotta make sure the minds of the people good and things, So yeah, you will manifest all type of shit. not thinking, you know what I'm saying? And shit like that, and them having your desires all urged up. And then that's the main goal is to make money right now. So that's the only thing you thinking towards, and shit like you thinking towards and shit. Like, are you going? You trying to go forward? And so it's all about managing the mind and working with what you got and things. And when you work with what you got, it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? If you have, if you don't have, their curriculum. You know what I'm saying? To be righteous. It don't matter if you know what I'm saying. You don't have their relationships and things, and you don't have their you know what I'm saying, their stages. You know what I'm saying? Gotta put you in a position where shit, you still can access these energies yourself. You know what I'm saying? Or the practicality or the things that bring shit down to reality, that manifesting, the good right networks and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? No matter if you have their, so it's gotta make sure you are expressing that energy on some type of percentage level. And then once you express that energy, you got a spark. So, make sure y'all waking up to these concepts and things. So we gonna say this one more time to wrap it up. Uh, Now, who is the dark government? The dark government is nothing less than a group of deities governing the mental and physical morality of individuals by playing the stars, aka the Galactic Federation of Light. They try to govern the energies of the archangels and play God by creating concepts of birth, okay, east, life, okay, up and shit like that, and death, and taking out the knowledge and fall. So you only think you birth, get life, and die, and things of that nature. You don't know that there's different, what I'm saying, ways to change your spirit, change your mentality, and things of that nature. So but if you're within their system and shit like that, that's what it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? If you're within their mind states and shit like that, that's what it's gonna be. And then you're gonna manifest some shit, you know what I'm saying, that you don't like and stuff like that. And then hopefully you come across an individual like my video that's even kicking this shit 10 times better. You know what I'm saying? Or um, or uh, or just my video in general that can help you spark and try to see something in a different way. But other than that, man, it's gonna be, you know what I'm saying, like this shit real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Especially if you ain't had shit in your life and shit like that and you try to do something different, you know what I'm saying? You already on the path. So um, YouTube, is an avenue and things of that nature. Y'all can also follow me on my motherfucking Kelsito, CitoWorld.com and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That's CITO World.com and things. I got a subscription. You know what I'm saying? Where we're tapping in with the practices more. You know what I'm saying? Of the energies that are going on at the time and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So the energies just represents the, the actual transitions of it, and then you can just deal with it as it comes. So it may be like a Monday, Tuesday, and things of that nature, and we deal with the planets and astrology as well and things of that nature. Or you can book a reading with me, or book a consultation with me at booking on CitoWorld.com and stuff like that. So, um, but yeah, so every day you face with a decision. Am I doing this right? And things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? That's a real that you're in that world mentally already. That's a real world. And that world is gonna manifest. You make decisions down here and things of that nature. This is like after the fact. But you know what I'm saying? It all starts mentally and things of that nature. It wasn't told I told myself a million times, Kales, get up off your ass and shit like that. And that still took a long time. So you know what I'm saying? You gotta know these things. You know what I'm saying? Well, we got to know these things, and this ain't even for the whole world to know. This is for us, humanity, the people. You know what I'm saying? To know these things, to know this, and shit like that. And whoever get it, if everybody don't get it, it's not meant to be. So, you know, yeah, especially if you live like in a big city, they got all type of witchcraft out in these big cities and stuff like that. you would start feeling guilty just by going outside or shit like that. But you know what I'm saying? Now when you got the knowledge of Uriel, like I said, you know what I'm saying? That's when you got the knowledge of what you feel in. And so like that. You know what I'm saying? And you know you fail within something and shit like that. So you need to so you can start developing wisdom and knowledge and things of what you need to get out of before you start before you know your mind starts to go below and you start to deteriorate as within them things. So on the micro scale, this is like a person that ain't been told they ain't shit, right? And they believe this shit, right? At the end of nature, they believe that light. So they die within that light. They die within that realm of reality and shit like that. And they lived that and they loved it and things of that nature. Now, a person that's gonna have their own thought about, oh, you telling me I ain't shit, but I think I can, you know what I'm saying? I know I ain't shit, but I can try and things of that nature, and they actually become something. Now that's that's a different version. You know what I'm saying? So that's a different story. So, you know what I'm saying? That's with the knowledge of the left that they use out. But they use that within context of real world shit that can get your ass killed. Like that's how deep you gotta take it. Like get your ass killed. Like it's deep. And that's you know what I'm saying? It's that's when you realize the world we in is crazy. You know what I'm saying? The world that was created is crazy. The world that a lot of spirits is giving attention to is fucked up. The world that a lot of spirits haven't woken up to is fucked up, and it's a cycle. You know, so um, like I said, so this is just for educational purposes and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? And you know, thank y'all for coming out and shit like that. I got some shit to do today and things of that nature, getting my shit in order. You know what I'm saying? Um, hopefully we can all come on accord and things. And we will, you know what I'm saying? We will come on accord and things. And, you know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all subscribe to that motherfucking Cito subscription. And, book them readings up and shit like that. And, motherfucker, we go catch these vibes, catch these flights and shit like that. Ain't never lying. So, you know what I'm saying? So don't be living in fate. Fate, you know what I'm saying? They already got, the fate is for weak. You know what I'm saying? You gotta live in flight. Shout out to Dolo. You know what I'm saying? So that's when you determine where your directions is going and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? At least try. At least try. You know what I'm saying? At least try. You know what I'm saying? And that's what spirits like and shit like that. You ain't gotta die with none of they shit on your mind. That's one thing you ain't gotta do. You ain't gotta die with this shit on your mind. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. You can a person can make you say anything they want. You ain't gotta believe it though, and you ain't gotta die with it on your mind. And that's just the truth. You know what I'm saying? That's just the truth. The moment you die with too much of they shit on your mind, too much of they thoughts, they feelings, and their principles on your mind and shit like that. Oh, I didn't do this. Oh, I needed to do this. It's something called incarnation, reincarnation, where you gonna come back here. And I know y'all hear a lot of spiritual people who talk about this and shit like this. This is the actually way to see it, because we're already creating mental states. Your environment matters just like your physical environment. If you're around people, places, and things all day that's not putting you onto information, that's not putting you onto game and things of that nature, think about that within the fourth, fifth, and sixth dimension, the mental realm. So that means you're around thoughts that not getting you to the right thoughts that's not connected with this other feeling they fighting and shit like that. Like that all matters and things. So what you need to do as within your esoteric system or your esoteric spiritual system, travel to other areas and things of that nature. And create lights in those areas and things of that nature and that fight to be there and things of that nature. And then once them spirits see you hard enough to stay in their area and things of that nature and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? You ain't bringing baggage from that old area. You know what I'm saying? This is when you as a spirit um can be seen as something new, and that'll manifest to down here where you're developing new ideas and thoughts and things of that nature that may out of go about shit down here. Now that ain't mean it's gonna look familiar. Now that ain't mean you don't have no help with that shit within this realm of reality. Now that don't mean, you know what I'm saying, people gonna dig it. You know what I'm saying? If you dug that out with your esoteric shovel and shit like that, then that's what you lay in and shit like that. So you know what I'm saying? You go ahead and put that down here and things of that nature and give it a shot and things of that nature. Now, I don't know. That's the real way to see faith to me. It ain't no other ways to see faith. You know what I'm saying? But that. So, you know what I'm saying? This is Cito the Spirit Coach Zeus gave you shape before for the age of Aquarius. I appreciate y'all this message. You know what I'm saying? We got more to come and things of that nature. And I love y'all. And y'all have a good fucking new moon in Gemini and shit like that. I'm probably gonna touch back bases on that later. New moon in Gemini. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be, you know, new thoughts, new surroundings. It's kind of just like what I was saying, as far as when you go off into that area and it's only you. You know what I'm saying? Right now, the thought area we may be within the mind context based upon what we're reacting and responding to may be very unfamiliar and very new and things of that nature. But for the most part, we're all manifesting a new intellect or a new way to, you know, deal with the surroundings and the environment and the information that's in it. And then, you know what I'm saying, we trying to see if we can connect and express, you know what I'm saying, a piece of, you know, our intellectual vibe. But that may be unfulfilling at the moment because the moon is, you know what I'm saying, within the same space and area in the same sign as the sun, which will be in Gemini, and that's like solar eclipse and things of that nature when the sun and the moon. So therefore, it's always going to be a new energy and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because we can totally fuse with the sun, so there's no reflection to see how to go about it. Things we totally gotta make it up, and that would be the allegory as above to as below as what we are participating in, you know what I'm saying, with the motherfucking moon energies. You know what I'm saying? So that's, you know, it's all within creative context. But yeah, let me get the fuck up out of here, man. I appreciate y'all. This real shit. You know what I'm saying? Get y'all spirits aware. You know what I'm saying? Man, y'all heard? Get your ass in the game.